4 months ago.
Tommy's often late to the show, but he does give us things to talk about because, if we had a radio show and podcast, I imagine 99 out of 100 people would show up to work just for the sheer sake of
Work.
work.
And I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't make it.
And Tommy's like a bit of an internet celebrity, so he's just like, I'm internet famous.
No, that's not
But let's
it.
get back to the show because Corey has a good photo,
Yeah.
and we found Corey. I was telling Tommy the backstory for you. We actually found you doing unboxing videos, and so thank you very much. I know that you unbox quite a bit of companies, and so we try to curate a box that people like, and based on what fish might be biting, pre-spawn, spawn, and then just the different times of year. And so Corey is one of those people who have their own channel.
Nice.
So we're gonna have him let people know where to see him. But first, we'll go over the fish story because he's got
It's a pretty big
it's
bass.
a pretty big bass that he's holding. The format is just to share with everybody where you caught the fish, the bait that we're using, and then the size if you are able.
And if you want to, or if you don't want to tell us all the truth, you can lie to us, and we'll just believe
Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Well, we're to start. This is located in Central Florida, Orlando.
Nice.
And I was heading out to Barnett Park, and in Barnett Park they have a small lake called Long Lake, and it's a very shallow lake, a lot of vegetation, and the outside edge is completely covered with acres of lily pads.
That's good
that
and
lake
bad.
particular. Oh yeah, I don't have any issues because I really like putting my kayak right in the middle of those lily pads.
Oh, there you go.
And basically start casting 360 degrees all around. And this was the biggest fish I caught this day. It was a 7-pound, 9-ounce
Nice.
topwater.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was the 6th bass I've caught. I started about noon, fished till about 6 o'clock in the evening, and she's one of my favorite baits. Is a bruiser baits kicking frog.
Okay.
I've used a lot of the buzz toads, the buzz frogs, and there's a few out there that have really good action when they move through the water, and then there's several that I've used that don't really have a lot of action.
Yeah.
So this one, the bruiser baits, it's one of my favorites for topwater.
Nice.
And
you definitely want to fish the frog and the top water when you're fishing those pads like that.
Oh yeah, like I do love using hollow body frogs, but I prefer soft plastic frogs over hollow body.
I mean
it's just
every fisherman has.
Go ahead.
Every angler has their their own little way of doing things and everything else. But I mean, definitely, I mean, it's working for you. Keep doing it.
When I see pads, I think immediately frog, and there's fish right there.
Yeah,
just waiting for
hanging out right underneath them.
Yeah, something to kind of get in the water.
Yeah.
It screams.
Like
it screams top water.
Oh, definitely. Yep. And that's one of my favorite spots to hit up. Anytime I see pads, I usually hit those up first. And I've always had pretty good success in pulling out quality fish. And so for this one, the one in the picture, it's my biggest one so far this year.
Congratulations.
And it was really amazing. I was just sitting on the inside of the pads, and I cast it out past the pads, out into the open water to bring it back towards the cover, and not even 3 feet into the lily pads, bass hit it hard.
Nice.
The lily pads were just far enough apart where there was, movement where the fish can move around, not so like compacted together to where you can't see anything or the fish can't see anything. So, it was a good fight. I didn't even have to use a heavy rod. That day I just used a 7-foot medium heavy rod.
Nice.
And I didn't feel I need a heavy rod since I was on a kayak. If I got caught up in anything, I could just pull myself.
Yeah,
to where the fish is.
Float on over to it.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'm mainly a braid user, so I don't really, fear breaking off when I'm using braid. So that's the one thing about Florida.
What's that?
Oh, it's just vegetation everywhere.
Oh.
Like I've had a few people that I fish with that are from, actually one in particular I fish with on a regular down here, and he moved from Indiana. And he was just telling me how much different it is fishing up in Indiana compared to fishing in Florida.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he uses mainly light fluorocarbon a lot. And I'm like, down here you cannot use 12, 15-pound fluorocarbon. I mean, you can get away here and there, but
it more than likely it's gonna snap.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I've come across a lot of tape grass, hydrilla, and lily pads. Those are my three biggest culprits for heavy cover.
Oh, yeah. Well, nice.
Good fish story.
I enjoyed that.
And we did talk a little bit about what you do on your free time. So and I don't want to ruin the name of your show, so tell everybody the name of your YouTube. That's how we found you.
All right, the name of the YouTube is called The Camoed Korean. It wasn't originally my YouTube name I came up with. It was actually a buddy who came up with a name, and it was really catchy, so it stuck.
Nice.
And this was maybe about 2 years ago. And I really got really heavy into bass fishing. That's what I mostly fish for is bass. Every now and then I'll do some saltwater or multi-species, break out my ultralights and go for some panfish and all that. And I have several videos, of South Florida catching Oscars and Mayan cichlids. And then, now that I live in Central Florida, I just mainly hit up small lakes, big lakes, Shingle Creek, which is a main waterway that runs all the way down to the Everglades. They say it's the beginning of the Everglades, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, so everything flows down south from here.
Nice.
And the channel name is The Camel Korean, and I try to upload, fishing videos at least twice a week. And as you stated, I do a lot of unboxings, and I take you guys. I've seen you guys a year ago.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Through other channels and all, and at the time, I think over a year ago, I was with Mystery Tackle Box and Lucky Tackle Box,
Uh-huh.
and after seeing some other companies pop up, one being you guys, I decided to try something else, and eventually I got around to you guys. Seen a couple
that.
really good. I one channel that particularly got me really interested. I can't remember the channel's name. I can't remember it. Moochie Fishing.
Moochie, yes, he does a lot of unboxing. He's actually one of somebody I brought on and said, "Hey, can you do unboxings for us?"
Yep.
Because we've only been, it'll be 2 years in July.
Yeah.
And so it's only getting better as far as what we have access to,
What we're doing. And
what we're
everything
doing
like that.
with the baits and stuff. But
Well, for us, it's a little different. I mean, we just try to have fun with it.
We do.
That's what I'm
what
saying
we want doesn't always. I love getting guys who who make their stuff, including hard plastics,
absolutely.
but you can't always do that because you need to put name brand stuff in there.
Yeah, some people
And you
enjoy
gotta
their
like
name brand
you
stuff.
gotta use stuff that
I just like finding
catch fish.
looking at using things that you don't normally would use, or something that John Smith over here.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes like I compare it to, and I know Paul's gonna give me a little bit of crap for it, but I compare it to like the burger, the burger spot that's like the hole in the wall.
I love that you use food.
I know I use food.
I love
whatever.
that you just. It's like he wants me to poke fun. I've known Tommy for a long time. Like I'm not treating like a bad guy, but
No.
I
love food.
He likes
I'm a
food.
fat guy.
And so when he starts comparing things to food, it just
I'm
brings
just
ear to
saying,
ear smiles for me.
when you find that like that bait that somebody was making in their garage, and it's been made all this time, and you finally find it and you use it, and you're just like, where has this been all my life?
I never knew I was missing this hamburger until now.
That's exactly it. You find that hole in the wall burger joint, and you're like, where have you been all my life? It's just that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple of new companies to work with us. We were on the phone with a company overseas.
Yep. Yep. We've been
the other day. We Skyped them, so that was fun.
So it's a fun gig. We're enjoying it, and I think that's what makes it a little bit more fun for us, is that we do it for the joys of fishing.
Yes,
we
it's all
do
about
it.
The joys. Because I don't pay Tommy; he doesn't deserve it because he shows up late to things.
I pay you with my presence.
So Camo Korean, he's got quite a bit of following. Tommy, he's got a lot of people viewing and commenting.
Awesome.
And we just sent out your box yesterday, just out of coincidence. I had not received your email, but we just sent it out. Well, when we get a box renew, we just send it out that day. It goes right out the door. And I was like, oh, he's gonna be on the podcast tomorrow. This is gonna be great. And so I do enjoy all your unboxings and your fishing story. I like the intro; it kind of grabs you. It's you fishing on the kayak sometimes, and then it goes. It breaks away to an unboxing. I was like, oh, he's gonna say this is a fishing video, and then all of a sudden, boom, we're in unbox. So, what you're doing is great.
Yeah.
Please continue to do it.
Appreciate that.
We always enjoy the feedback. We don't always get it right every month. Some people say, hey, that was not one of your better boxes, but we like hearing that too, because
exactly. I mean,
people have my direct line actually. This usually when they call the store, it's me on the other line, or Tommy, mostly me. And then we like to keep.
Yeah, you're not going to talk to a recording. You're going to talk to an actual person. So.
Yeah, you're not going to get like a marketing guy or something to like have his assistant filter calls. No, it's me and Tommy on the other end of that line listening to people. Hey, I wish I got for a long time we had somebody say, can you guys put more square bills? You don't have any square bills in there. And they were like, you know what, we've been looking at them, and so yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, and I'm sure Corey here understands and knows, what works for that particular person won't always work for another particular person.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we talked about the frogs. Corey, you said yes, there's hollow body frogs and everything else, but you like soft plastic frogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, and then, so like I said, somebody's preference isn't always somebody else's preference. So we just have to kind of keep that in mind when we do these things. So, I mean, and it's great. I enjoy talking to you and talking to somebody that gets it and understands and loves fishing for the joys of it and just, what it has to offer.
Yeah, we do. I enjoyed the fish story. It was a good one. Good to know about the braided line if we ever go out there, and then the frog fishing.
I already knew about braided line, but you're kind of slow, so it's okay.
Well, thanks for that, Tommy. I always appreciate the praise that comes from me. For me from you.
I know, right?
Who knew that was a hard thing to say anyway?
I did for you.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I noticed? For you, when you talk, it's like the game Boggle. Like, you just kind of shake up a bunch of dice and try to
see what comes out.
Make up words out of the letters that show up.
I I agree. I feel that way sometimes, but people do enjoy it, so that's okay
I know.
too.
I'm not saying anything about it.
Because I'm normal. That's what people do. They're like, hey, that guy's just like me.
Some people have a word of the day calendar. You just have Boggle next to your bed. You're like,
I do have a word of the day calendar. I don't know if I've ever used it. Like
Florfalugan.
I read the word and then I'm just like, am I going to use that one today? Probably not. If there's somebody like you, I can do it. But let's get back to Corey because he's got the Camoed Korean YouTube channel. Please feel free to go on our I'm an Outsider fishing group and share your YouTube channel there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We always allow people who come on the show to promote their whatever they're doing.
Yep.
You could promote that there, and then whatever other social media pages that you have, and maybe hopefully get some more followers and likes there. We can't guarantee it because at least you have another avenue to kind of say, hey, I'm doing
it is what it is, but
but you know what, at least
I really just enjoy making the videos.
There you go.
I try to get as much action footage.
I'm a big camera guy. What are you? You're using a GoPro?
GoPro. That's a bait.
That's a bait.
GoPro. Hold on, real quick, Corey. You're a moron. GoPro?
I am.
You mean
it's because I have everything in my head. But let's get to Corey, and so you can make fun of me after. But I am interested in the camera setup because when we go fishing, I'm the only one who does that. Because Tommy, when he looks at electronics, he's just like, he'll use his phone, but he will not touch a camera or a microphone or a soundboard. He's just like,
once you do, you have expectations of me. I'd rather keep my expectations of me low, so this way you don't expect much.
That's your secret. That's the truth. The truth comes out sometimes. All right, so let's hear. What are you using, Corey? Are you using a GoPro?
Yeah, I actually have 4 GoPros.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them are really old models, and I use them every now and then just to keep them alive and going. But currently, what I use most of the time, I got one of those newer GoPro Hero 7s, black.
Nice.
That was given to me as a Christmas gift, and it's an amazing camera. It has one of the best stabilizations. Like, I can sit in a kayak, and I'll be rocking back and forth from maybe a big fish or just fighting cover. And the camera stabilization thing, for what it uses, it's really good. It pretty much, makes the whole video smooth. As far as a lot of other videos I see and compared to some of the older ones I've had using the older cameras. Nice. But I usually have that on a little tripod. Not a tripod, but a PVC pipe that I attach to the with my crates on the back of my kayak.
Nice.
So, and another awesome feature is it's voice activated. So I don't have to really reach back behind me to turn it on and off. I could just basically say, GoPro start recording, and it'll start recording. So if I have my hands full, I don't have to worry about it.
Tommy's looking at me like, hey, you should go get that one. I can see it in your face.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, get that, because I'm not going to use you. You're the one going to be doing it all.
Never mind. I'll tell you later. I'll just tell you later.
And then when you're cutting up those videos, we use a lot of Final Cut Pro. Is that what you're using? Or does it?
I basically use basic Windows Movie Maker.
Movie Maker. Okay.
It's like a stock program that comes with the Windows. I have an older laptop, but I started with that and never really evolved from it. I guess I've downloaded some other movie programs, but I haven't really put any time into it to learn how to use the programs because they're very, very complex.
What? I'm trying to use this other one right now. I'm trying to learn it. Wirecast has different layers, and they say it's user friendly. So I'm like, I'll try that one. But it is those things are like it takes time to figure out how to use these things.
It's user friendly, not Paul friendly.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I got used to using what I'm using, but they're like, you need to use this. Because you could broadcast live with this thing, and you could do all these bells and whistles, and that's why I'm always curious when people are recording and have their channel. I want to ask them what they're using because, I need to get more video when we go fishing because Tommy doesn't. Apparently, if he brings a camera, he thinks I'm going to make him record more. So
yeah, no,
just tells me
I don't do
it.
that.
He could be your cameraman.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he. That's all. Well, Paul doesn't catch very many fish when we go, so we just make him hold the camera at that point. Felix is the driver, Paul is the cameraman, and I actually fish. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, it reminded me of a video I saw recently of his channel's called Peacock Pete, and he lives in South Florida. And him and his buddy were fishing in the video, and he was on fire. He was catching these nice big peacock bass down there, and every time he catches a nice looking stud, he's always asking his buddy, "Hey man, I need you to take a picture." And towards the, like I say, 2/3 of the video, the other guy's like, "Man, just let me fish. Every time I turn around, I gotta take a picture."
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes.
I thought that was hilarious. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. Please continue to send in the photos, and we always look at your unboxings. And go ahead and when you do the unboxings, feel free to share your unboxing on our group, on our page. We'll share that. We don't do any unboxings ourselves.
Definitely.
Yeah, we would love for people to see what this month's box.
Yeah, we want to help promote you as you help promote us, and it just kind of helps each other out. I mean, it helps spread the word.
All right, yeah, definitely.
Cool.
All right, Camo Korean on YouTube. That's his channel. Yep. And he's going to do an unboxing soon because we just shipped his box yesterday, so we're looking forward to see that. Yep. He's an avid bass fisherman out of Florida, so thank you very much for coming on the show. We'll have you back on anytime you want to be on. And from all of us here at Outsider Tackle Box Radio Show and Podcast, fish more.
Tight lines,
Tight
bud.
lines.
Have a great Saturday. Take care.
All right, guys. You guys take care, too.
All right, bye.
Bye now.